one of my favorite things Trump has said in the past few days is be cool. So I tweeted that I just got to stay being cool in this because
Yeah.
I don't understand this. And I just want to know what, first of all, how you two are feeling about this and how your audiences are feeling about this.
If you want me to jump in there first, I think this is pretty simple. Is the best way I can describe it
Not
is this.
simple. It's not
But
simple.
well, yeah, it's not simple,
Good.
but I'll give the best explanation I can give about the mentality of the president and why I think this is a really, really tough but brilliant move. Number one, he understands the national security threat, which is having all of our eggs in one basket in China. Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary went on CNN and said, I do business in China and they steal everything. I can't sue them. They can steal my company, intellectual property. They can hack in. There's no recourse. They steal everything that we do with intellectual property, and it is a threat, right? So I use that as an example to then move to what the president's point was. We have got to decouple from China. They have everything that we need when things happen. They produce everything that we need when it comes to national security issues. And we had a warning with COVID. Look at where we were with COVID. We were on the brink of not even having the pharmaceuticals, the drugs we need to keep Americans alive because so much of it is produced in China. And so what I think the president saw was, look, there are all these other countries that are taking advantage of America with tariffs. Many of them are allies. He said this with Oprah back in 1988. I put that tweet out there, that clip, and it went viral because if you didn't see this coming, you weren't paying attention in the political world. He's believed this since 1988, when he was a Democrat, by the way. And he said it then, and he meant it, that we are being taken advantage of. So there was two things I think the president saw here. One, I want everyone that's an ally of us to give us a better deal, and we want to work with them and have a great relationship, but there has to be a real reset. How do I get that? I've got to go in hard and negotiate hard, and then I'm going to reward people that come to the front of the line and say, let's do a deal. What did we see? The first domino that dropped, and he predicted it, and it was right. Vietnam got on a plane with an entire delegation. They flew to America on Friday after the tariffs came in on Wednesday, and they said, we're here for 14 days. We want to get this done. And as soon as they did that, every other country said, we're in too, because it was clear. He who gets there first is going to get the best deal. Now, there's a second part of this that has not been talked about, and this is where I think many Americans should find comfort. If the president's plan works, and it seems it's going to work the way that it's going now, especially after what he just did today, what his goal is to say, you don't want to do business in China. You don't want to do your manufacturing there. You don't want to be all in there because this could happen to you if you're in China. If you're in other countries, which are allies of America, we're going to take care of you. You're going to have no stress. You're not going to have to worry about tariffs that are going to be up or down or tariff wars. So just get the hell out of China. That takes away all the power from China that they have right now over America. There's also a national security part of this that's not been talked about. What the president's made clear in his deals that he's advocating for right now with these other countries is this. We need you to do some investment in America, some manufacturing in America. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it's enough that our national security issues are taken care of. So if you're doing semiconductors or you're doing microchips or you're doing whatever it may be, you can't have all of it in foreign countries if we're dependent on it. And it's something that could be basically turned off to us with a war or a conflict in Asia. We need some of it to be in America to protect America if there was another COVID or something worse or a war, name the list, right, of these things. And so what has now happened is the president said, hang in there. You don't lose money unless you sell the stock, to quote Warren Buffett, right? Just don't worry about it. If you don't need the money today, stop looking at your 401k and understand that this is going to come back. Now the Wall Street's up, 3,000 points today. If deals start getting done, the stock market's going to get even bigger and bigger numbers and gain back. And so when I look at my retirement account, I'm not concerned because I'm not retiring today. I'm retiring in 30 years. In fact, I doubled down, Megan. I took money in cash because I knew the tariffs were coming. I believe the president. And I put a lot of money in cash last year. And I waited on it because I saw this an opportunity to actually buy things at a discount. And that came to fruition. There was a lot of companies that were beaten up, companies like Wayfair, Restoration Hardware, and then they came roaring back. So if you were looking at the president and believing what he was saying, you were prepared for this. And I think there's a lot in the media that wanted to destroy Trump no matter what. There's a lot of Republicans that wanted Trump to get this wrong. but ultimately this is about national security and stability. So that's the easiest way I can describe why I think this is probably going to work well for him.